Hi, mate. My name is Anand Judesukirthan. My student ID is SD 2024 3828, and I am to present on topic BIOS and BIOS in AI for the precision medicine. This presentation is part of my coursework for the CIS 6004 module Professional and Ethical Issues in IT. Over the next few slides, we will explore how BIOS and AI impacts healthcare and focusing on gender BIOS, privacy concurrence, and the management. I will also discuss the positive and negative impacts of AI on the technology and share insight into the balancing innovation with ethical practice. Thank you. Thank you for your time, and let's get to started. Third slide, introduction to gender bias in AI algorithms. This slide introduces the critical issues of the potential to evaluation healthcare with personalized and efficient solution. It is not immune to bias and gender bias across when algorithms produce unequal outcomes based on gender, the primarily due to imbalance or incomplete training data in healthcare. This can lead to serious consequences such as the underdiagnosing or misdiagnosing in women and the inappropriate treatment recommendations. As AI systems increasingly influence decision-making process and addressing this bias becomes crucial to ensure fair and equitable outcomes for all. In this section, we will explore how gender bias areas in AI algorithms, its real-world implementation, and the ethical responsibilities of developers to mitigate those challenges. Fourth slide, gender bias in AI algorithms. And this slide focus on the gender bias in AI, particularly in healthcare. And the AI system is often mirror the bias found in their training datasets. For example, a 2019 study by Obermeyer et al. Revealed that AI system is US hospital underestimate the health risk for black and female patients due to the bias data represents. The impact of such as bias includes mitigants or ineffective treatment plans for women and significant issue in condition like heart disease where symptoms can differ by gender. To address those bias, ethically consideration must be applied, such as ensuring data representation by including diverse gender data in AI training and implementation and implementing fair technology techniques like fairness aware machine learning to identify and reduce bias, privacy and security issues in AI algorithms. And where we explore the key issues and the solution regarding privacy and security in AI algorithms like AI-driven meditation management system depend heavily on sensitive patient data. However, this reliance raises significant privacy concerns, especially during the data collection and training process, as highlighted by the 2020 data breach exposing millions of patient records. We face ethical challenges concurring informed consent and data anonymation. It's crucial the patient are aware of how their data is used to maintain transparency and trust. Moreover, we need effective strategy to prevent to the re-identification of individuals to ensure their privacy. To address these challenges, robust encryption protocols for the data transfer and storage must be implemented, and compliance with international regulations like GDPR and HIPPAA is essential. So, regular sensitive audits and comprehensive training for healthcare professionals will further mitigate risk and promote the ethical application of AI healthcare. Slide 6. We discuss the ethical consideration developers must keep in mind when creating AI system for healthcare. And first, let's talk about the balancing innovation and ethics. And developers in this field face of challenges of innovating while upholding their ethical responsibilities. Like it's crucial that they ensure accountability in their algorithms, meaning those systems should be transparent, explainable, and auditable. And this transparency fosters trust among users and patients. Additionally, it's important to prioritize and fairness, which requires which requires that the training data reflects on demographic diversity to avoid the balancing outcomes. And the principle of the benefit suggestion that AI systems should not only enhance the patient care but also minimize potential harm. Next, we highlight the principal example with NHS AA lab in the UK. And this lab integrates the fairness principle into the AI healthcare solution by actively addressing systematic inequalities. The NHS AA lab promotes equitable and access to AI-driven healthcare, and this ensures better outcomes for all patients groups, demonstrating a commitment to ethical practice in AI development. Slide 7, and where we examine IBM Watson for oncology and its implementation for BIOS AI recommendation. And IBM Watson for oncology, it's designed by recommended cancer treatment based on the patient data. It's analyzed a range of sources, including medical records and clinical guidelines, to help oncologists make informed treatment discussions. However, research has highlighted significant concerns regarding to the gender bias. Significantly, studies have shown that Western training dataset mm, predominantly features male patient. This data imbalance can lead to inadequate recommendation for the female patients. For an example, in cases involving a heart condition or ovarian cancer, Watson often overlooked the female specific symptoms and the treatment needs. A study by Criallo et al. In 2019 revealed that Watson's recommendation for the woman were frequently less accurate due to its limited attention to gender various in genetic markers and treatment efficiency. The root of this issue lie in two key factors like data imbalance where historical medicine records disproportionately represented male patients and systemic bias where developers immediately maintain those bias during algorithm training by failing to recertify the data disparity. Slide 8, where we develop into the clinic discussion support system or CDSS. And the CDSS, oh sorry, the CDSS are powerful AI tool that clinicians utilize to assist in prescribing meditation and diagnosing patients. By analyzing patient data, those systems aim to provide evidence based on the recommendation that enhance the decision-making process in healthcare. Now let's discuss a significant concurrent like gender bias in CDSS. Many CDSS tools such as those from Epic system have been found to really on datasets that do not adequately present the female patients. And this lack of diversity in the dataset leads to incorrect recommendations. For an example, CDSS often provides inaccurate inaccurate dosage advice for the medication like anticholics on which need the gender specific adjustment. Telling study by Rajkumar et al. In 2021 highlighted that the system underestimated the risk of cardiovascular the cardiovascular disease on women primarily because they fail to recognize female specific symptoms such as chest pain. So why does this bias occur? The root of the problem lies in two major issues. First, many CDSS algorithms use simplified models that generalize results without according the biological sex difference. And the second one is the system often lack proper validation across the diverse gender and ethnic groups, which result in any inequitable healthcare outcomes. Slide 9, where we discuss strategic for addressing gender bias in clinical decision support system or CDSS. And mitigate gender bias requires significant efforts in data diversion, expanding datasets to including a broader range of female patients, as well as ensuring that sex-specific symptoms are represented accurately is essential for improving the accuracy of those systems. And regular audits of algorithms are also important. And they help to detect it and address the gender bias effectively. A key resource in this effort is the FDA's 2022 guidelines on the AA healthcare, which emphasize the importance of demographics, diversity in training datasets, and he needs and the need for the algorithms transparency. This guidelines serves a virtual framework for the ethical AI development and ensuring the technologies are built with fairness on the mind. In our case study, we see how the FDA has underscored the need for the gender diverse datasets and transparent algorithms to combat bias in healthcare AI tools. And IBM Watson and current CDS amplifying the consequence of ignoring gender bias in AI-based need meditation management. To overcome those challenges, we must prioritize the inclusion of diverse datasets, develop transparent and validation of AI systems. By implementing those strategic, we can ensuring the AI technology provide equitable and effective healthcare solution for all patients. Slide 10, where we discuss the critical needed for ethical innovation in AI-based medication management application. And those applications are reshaping healthcare by improving efficiency, reducing costs, and enabling personalized treatment. And however, we must recognize that without proper ethical oversight, those advancements can amplify exit inequalities, and infinite or individual rights. And algorithms trained on the based on datasets pose significant risks, potential preparation, and disparities that already exist in healthcare. And let's look at the challenges involved. And the first one is the the bias amplification across the algorithms reinforce inequalities based on the bias data they are trained on. And this means that rather than leveling the playing field, those technologies solution and inner development enters exist disparate. And the second, we face ethical demands. The rapid pace of innovation in healthcare technology often suppress the ethical framework we have in place to manage the undefined consequence. Disconnection can lead to learn harm in patient care. To to those points, a 2022 case study by Obermeyer et al. Found that predicate module in US healthcare system tended to prioritize wealthier patient examiners, economic despair in access to care. This highlights the urgent need for the ethical innovation where algorithms are not only specific but also just equalable. In the summary, we develop an AI technology, we must integrate the ethical consideration into the every stage of process, aiming for fairness, inclusivity, inclusivity and the commitment to addressing the social harms. Slide 11. The outline key strategic for ethical AI development. The first one is the data governance. It's the first strategy. Ethical AI begins with high quality data governance. It's essential that data sets are diverse and represent all demographic to avoid the biased outcomes. Regular audits to training data are crucial to identify and addressing any gaps or imbalance. For an example, the NHS AI lab implements equity checks in all their AI projects to ensure their fair treatments of underserved the transparent algorithms. Is our next focus transparency is virtual and the building trust in AI system explainable AI or XAI provides a crucial insight into how decisions are clear documentation of algorithms designs of functionality. A good example of this Google's DeepMind, which emphasizes transparency by publishing detailed model information, fostering trust among user. And CPAC, the inclusive design. Inclusive design is another essential strategy and consider stakeholders such as patients, clinicals, and ethics ensure that AI solution address a broad spectrum of needs. Collaboration with underrespected communities aids in develop algorithms. They are more equitable. A relevant case study here is Microsoft AI for the healthcare program, which actively involves the patient feedback its development process, ensuring that solutions meet real-world requirement. By implementing those strategic, we can create ethical AI systems that are transparent, inclusive, and accountable. Slide 12. Where we discuss key regulatory and ethical frameworks that guide the development of AI healthcare. And first, let's look at the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR). And this regulation plays a pivotal role in ensuring patient data privacy and consent. It mandates accountability for the data misuse, the protecting individual rights while fostering trust in AI. And the next, we have the FDA guidelines of 2022. And this framework is essential for the AI system as it mandates the fairness, reliability, reliability and the safety are prioritized before and deployments. And this ensures that a application in healthcare are not only effective but also ethically sound. In terms of priority measures, it's crucial to enhance the ethical AI certification for the development. Those certificates validate the adherence and establish ethical principles, the promoting accountability in the development process. So collaborating between regulations and academia and the industry are also virtual. By working together, those sectors can create comprehensive standards that uphold ethical practices in AI. As a relevant example, the European Commission, the AX, aims to regulating high-risk AI applicants, including those in healthcare. This inactive, the focusing on enforcing accountability and transparency, ensuring that AI system appropriate safely and ethically. In the summary of this framework, the protective measures are essential for guidelines the future of AI in healthcare, ensuring that innovatives are developed responsibly and ethically. And this let me talk about we explore the examples of successful ethical innovation in AI healthcare application. And first, let's discuss the IBM Watson. After facing the criticism for gender bias in recommendation, IBM implemented the post-deployment audits. And this proprietary approach helped the team identify and rectify algorithms disparity, allowing Watson to better reflect the needs of diverse person population. And this committing this commitment to ongoing their evaluation to highlighting their importance of adaptively in a system. Next, we have Empathic System. They integrate feedback loops into their software, which allow the clinics to provide input based on real-world data. And this interactive process helps refine algorithms, ultimately improving their accuracy and fairness by incorporating user feedback. Empathic Systems demonstrating our dedication to creating responsive and effective healthcare tool. And finally, Google DeepMind has a set of standards with enforcing transparency and ethical elegance. They prioritize sharing comprehensive and documenting and actively involving clinics in the development of their healthcare AI models. And this is not a fosters trust, but also ensure that the system are designed with real-world clinic insights in mind. This example, this examples is like how ethical innovation can lead to more equitable and effective AI solution in healthcare. Where we explore the positive impact of the AI healthcare technology. And the first one, we improve the diagnostic and treatment. AI systems like Google DeepMind have shown remarkable accuracy in diagnosing complex diseases such as diabetic retinopathy and breast cancer. Those advancements not only enhance diagnosing precision but also lead to timely and effectively intervention, ultimately improving the patient outcomes. The next is the concept of personalizing medicine. AI enables to healthcare provides to tailor treatments to the individual generic and the clinical points. For instance, an AI-driven tool have been instrumental in analyzing vast genomic datasets to improve the cancer treatment outcomes. This level of personalization and personalized ensures that therapies are more effective and elegant with the participant unique biological makeup. We also see the significant cost of efficiency. The automation of administrative tasks allow healthcare providers to streamline operations and reducing their workload on facing the freezing up valuable time and resources. And their efficiency can related into the lower healthcare costs and improving the service of delivery. As a real-world example, the Mayo Clinic reported a 40% reducing in diagnostic errors following in the implementation of AI tools for imaging analyzing. This case of understanding the transformative potential of AI enhancing diagnosing accuracy and the patient safety. In the summary of the indication of the AI healthcare offers substantial benefits from the improved diagnostic to professionalized treatment to operational efficiency. We address the negative impacts of the AI technology and particularly in healthcare. First, let's discuss the bias and discrimination. Algorithms trained on the bias datasets can pre-create excuse inequalized research has slowed that AI system often underperform home organized groups, including women and ethnic minorities. In the chance the study highlighted that AI diagnosing tool tend to overlook specific conditions that permanently affect those groups, leading to unequal healthcare outcomes. Next, we face significant data privacy risk. The reliance on execution datasets makes an AI vulnerable to breaches. A troubling example on Crate in 2020 when the healthcare provider experienced a surveys data breach exposing the millions of sensitive records. And such incidents understand the importance of stricter data protection measures in AI application. Finally, we must consider overall reliance and the AI healthcare provides increasingly depend on AI for dedication to making their risk that human expertise and the critical thinking of the main image. And this depends can lead to complaints in where clinical method forgot their judgment on the favor for the automation recommendation, potentially compressing their patient care. In the summary of the while AI offers the immense potential for the healthcare transformation, we must remain vigilant about those negative impacts to create the balance and equitable technology the landscapes. And it's like 60 I will share some personalized insight gained from our exploration for a healthcare. And the inside one, the healthcare, the importance of robust ethical framework. We have seen that having strong ethical guidelines is crucial, balancing innovation with the fairness and accountability. And those frameworks is not only guide the AI development, but also ensure that the benefits of technology are distributed equally among all patients. And the insight to emphasize the need of the collaboration among the governments and the industry and the academia. This joint effort is essential to address significant issues like bias and privacy risk in the AI application. By fostering partnerships, we can leverage diverse experts. We can leverage diverse experts to create the more effective and inclusive AI solution. Finally, the insight three we focus on the transparency and the public education. It's critical that we improve the understanding of AI capabilities and the implementation, building trust with the public is virtual and ensuring a responsible use healthcare, and then inform the society is better equipped to enough with those technologies efficiently. In the summary of those insights, I understand the importance of ethical collaboration and transparency is shaping the future of AI healthcare. Slide 17, where we discuss the future implementation of this AI healthcare. On the first, the developer must ensure that the advance in the AI align with social values and ethical norms. And this elegance is crucial for fostering the public trust and ensuring that technology serves the common good rather than exerting inequality. The second, regularly the frameworks should be evaluated with technology advancement as an AI continues in innovate, regulation must address emerging risk efficiently. This dynamic approach will help protective individuals and society from the potential harms while ensuring responsible innovation. The lastly, significant innovation in AI education and public awareness are essential. By empowering individuals with knowledge about the AI technologies, we can cultivate a society that uses AI responsibly. This education will be enabled to communitize to enough crucially with AI application in healthcare and maximizing the benefits while mitigate the risk. And the summary of the future of the AI healthcare holds great promise, but it requires to collect the effort to ensuring the technological and the progress all against the ethical consideration, robust regulations, and the import the public enhancement. And slide 18, as for the conclusion, thank you for joining the time today as we explore the transformating role in artificial intelligence in the technology and healthcare. And AI has the potential risk and those sectors of by offering unprecedented efficiency, precision, and personalization. However, we must acknowledge the challenges that accompany these technologies, such as the BIOS privacy consequence and an AI over and automation. To harness the AI transformative potential responsibly, we need to strike to balance the between innovation and ethical. The potential of AI is immense. It can evaluation industries like healthcare and education. However, this transformation must be guided by the robust ethical frameworks include designed by transparency. Those elements are crucial in addressing the risk such as biodata breaches. And furthermore, collaborating among developer regulations and users is essential to ensure that benefits of a equitable distributed. As we move forward, it's a virtual consideration, not just the technology advancement, but also their implementation on the society. By working together, we can create a AI solution that are not only effective but also elegant with our values and they enhance the well-being of individuals. Thank you for attending, and let's continue to exploring the ways to use AI responsibility in shaping a best future. And slide 19, and the slides are on my reference like them, slide 19 and 20.